There are a lot of challenges when it comes to selling 3D prints. Which models should you sell, how you should sell them, and most importantly, what are your real costs and how much you should be selling those items for. In today's video, I'm going to show you a simple yet powerful pricing calculator that will help you calculate your costs, set a healthy margin, and take control of your 3D printing business finally. I made a similar video in the past, but using a spreadsheet that I asked people to make a copy, but it was very complex. People were requesting access all the time. So I decided to create a dedicated calculator that is simpler, faster, and the best of everything, completely free of charge. So let's jump in, and the calculator link is in the description of this video. Let's go. So step number one is to find a good model, but instead of going to STLFLIX this time, I went to STL AI, and I decided I wanted to create a model that I would have exclusive rights for. This is why I've created one of these magnetized portraits. But instead of doing the regular process, I got a mini flexi that I made, and I opened it up as a magnetized portrait. So I decided to do this gym coach cat that underneath would be written, "Put this neck down." Once this model was ready, I exported and put multiple on a single print bed. In here, I was able to fit 9 of these different magnets because the more objects I have on a single build plate, less I will be spending per color change per object. So if I put multiple on a single bed, I'm going to waste the same amount of filament, and I'm also going to waste the same amount of time in the color changes. So the next step was to slice this model, and now with this information, I can start calculating the price. Let's go to the price calculator. All right, so now let's start calculating our price. And I'm going to start by calling this cat magnet, which is the name of the STL cat magnet. All right, the quantity is 9 different cats. And the first thing that I gotta fill in is the print time. How many hours and how many minutes is this print taking? So I'm gonna go on Bamboo Studio, and the amount of time is over here on total time, and it's 13 hours and 30 minutes. So 13 hours and 30 minutes. And now I gotta put in the estimated weight. How much am I going to use in filament to print these? All right, so I have over here 288.78 grams. So 288.78 grams. All right, filament costs. I'm gonna put $15 as a average price in here. There are cheaper, there are lower filaments. $15 is a good rough estimate. If you're paying less, it means you're being more profitable. That's also good. All right, printer, it's important that you pick the right printer because different printers have different voltages, different powers, which means that they consume electricity differently. All right, so pick the correct printer, because doing that, you will be able to estimate exactly how much energy you will be using, okay, and how much this is going to cost you. The cost per kilowatt hour in the US is around 18 cents per kilowatt hour. Some places are more expensive, some places are less. 18 is the average. All right, fixed costs. It's super important that you also estimate how much it costs for you to run your 3D printing business, even if you are staying at home. So what you can estimate in here is how much you are paying as a rent to yourself, or if you're actually paying rent, or if you have a mortgage, how much would it cost that specific area, that space that you are using to run your 3D printing business. So let's say here, as a hypothesis, let's say $80, all right? And if you have, I don't know, 4 printers making this exact same object for you to sell, it means that for per printer, you will be spending 13 hours to manufacture. So if you have 4 printers, it means that you can do at least 4 of these per day, right? Perhaps 6 if you consider that you can do also half. You can do faster prints. In order to keep your printers really busy, around like 20 hours a day, you would be able to print roughly 1.5 of these a day, right? So 1.5 per printer, it would be 6 prints of these per day times 20 days. So that would be 120 of this print, all right? And this, when we say units a month, this is what we're looking at. How many of these you would be able to make in order to estimate roughly your production capacity and how much each of these productions would have to contribute for that cost, right? So 120 a month. Amortization, super important. Eventually your printer is gonna run out, it's gonna die, so you have to buy a new one. And every single model that you make needs to contribute for you to purchase a new printer. All right, an A1 combo, if you purchase on Bumble Labs website right now, it's $4.99. So I'm gonna put that as the price. And the useful life, how many hours this print is gonna last, I'm gonna put 10,000 hours. All right, failure percentage. Printers these days, they are very reliable if you keep them well maintenance, if you keep them clean, you should be able to reach a 10% failure rate. For this model specifically, you probably need less than 10% because that's a very, very easy model to print. All right, so let's do that. Accessories. In this case, we have the magnet that we need to glue on the back of the model. I got the links right here on AliExpress. The first purchase gives you 99 cents, but the price for that is $6.50, and then it has 50 cents on other taxes. So let's say it's $7 per 100 pieces. So it's 7 cents per magnet. All right, so I'm gonna put magnet in here, and it's 7 cents, but it's also 9 different magnets, so it's 63 cents for the entire package for all 9 of these cats that I'm printing in here. All right, so let me get back in here, and then you have your markup, which is how many times the cost should be multiplied to define the final price. I'm going to start with 3, which I think is a good healthy margin that you should be looking at. Perhaps you can do more, perhaps you can do less, hopefully more. Then taxes, how much you're paying for taxes. Let's just put 10%. And then payment fee if you're using credit card, if you're selling online, if you're selling on a marketplace and that marketplace charges you 10%, you gotta put that 10% in here. All right, and now we have the price summary. All right, let's start analyzing it. All right, the unit cost, how much it costs for me to make one single magnet, including the magnet that you have to buy. It costs you 94 cents per unit, not for the entire batch. All right, you will be using $4.32 in terms of filament, $1.58 in energy, 63 cents in accessories. We don't have any packaging in here. If we wanted to add packaging, you could just add a package in here. Fixed costs, how much each of these prints need to contribute to pay for your rent, mortgage, etc. 67 cents. Amortization, also 67 cents. Failures, 59 cents. This is how much it costs you if you're manufacturing an entire month of these. This is how much you would spend on failures per print if you have an average of 10% failures. And then a total cost would be $8.46 to make 9 of these. All right, so if you put a markup of 3, the consumer price is gonna be $3.13 for you to have $1.88 in net profit. And that is if you are including tax and payment fees in the price. If you are not, the price is gonna be $2.82, and you know that you will still have to pay for the tax and payment fee. All right, now let's look at retailer price. The retailer price is a little bit different because retailers, they also have their own markup, so you need to sell to them so they can sell back to their customers and have a profit. So in order for you to sell to them and they be successful with your product, they cannot compete with you, so you need to charge the same as they do, and usually their markup is 2, so they are going to purchase from 50 and sell at 100. They're gonna get 1 time the cost in their price as well. So that means that for you to sell to them, you have to sell at 157 in order for them to have their own margins as well. This can be a really good thing because sometimes you are able to sell to a lot of resellers, a lot of retailers, and this is a good way for you to make less sales and still make more money, because you will be selling more items. It's less profitable, but sometimes it's a lot less work as well. So it's always good to keep a balance between what you sell to resellers and what you sell yourself. All right, but now the cool thing is that once you get these numbers dialed in, you can start working with them. So one thing that you can do is say, hey, I'm able to sell this at least $5. All right, the $5 is a good price. I can work with $5. That means that your markup is now 4.8. This product is much more profitable, and also your retailer price, your retailer profit got much bigger as well, because in the end of the day, pricing is not only a multiplier on your cost, but it's also how much you are able to charge for that. So if you are able to charge more, it doesn't matter what is your markup, because you can always try to push it more and more in order to have a healthier business, a healthier margin. All right, another thing that you can do as well is you can go back to your slicer and try to understand what are the things that you can make in here in order to optimize your costs. So let's say, okay, I really like the red bandana here, but it's costing me too much. I can just delete this one. Now I have the bandana, which is the same color as the cat, but I could make it black as well. And then I can re-slice it. Now I can go back to the calculator and see how much am I saving by doing this small change. So now instead of 13 hours, I have 10 hours and 36 minutes, 10 hours, 36 minutes. And the weight of filament that I will be using is gonna go from 288 to 257.04. Okay, and now I will have reduced this. If I go back to the 3 times markup, my price is gonna get much lower as well, which means that I can either again go back to the $5 and have a healthier margin, which in this case we got to 5.5 our markup, or you could just charge less and make more sales. It's up to you. It's your strategy, is what you do with it. But the cool thing is that the pricing and the entire strategy of manufacturing 3D printed products is about going back and forth on your slicer settings, on your profit margins, and also how much you are able to sell these in real life. So this is it. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you have enjoyed some of the thoughts that I shared in this video, and comment down below if you are having a healthy margin on your products, or if you need to find better solutions on how to get your costs down. And if you want to get access to the tools that I've used in this video, in the description below you have links to STLFLIX, that we have more than 3,000 STLs with commercial licenses available, STL AI that I have used to create this little product that I did the entire test run in here, and also the pricing calculator for you to test on your margins. And if you want to get better at 3D printing, if you want to be a better entrepreneur, if you want to learn how to 3D model, we have courses on all of these and much more inside STL Academy as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.